Hi. So we've got kind of people still coming in, but I want to go ahead and just talk to you guys for a minute because I know y'all have jobs to get back to and everything. This won't take but just a minute. I just kind of want to tell you a little bit about our school and tell you what we're doing in the community and how students can benefit from being enrolled at our school. So we have two schools. Well, first of all, I'm sorry, let me introduce myself. I'm Alicia Empson. I'm the campus director. They call it campus director. It's principal. But so I have been at Premier for 13 years. Yeah, 10 years as a teacher and 3 years. This is my third year as the principal. So we have seen a lot of changes, a lot of growth. So, and we'll kind of go over that in a second as well. So thank you guys for taking the time to come out, hear about our school. I really want to get the word out. The more students we can reach, the better. So this is just some pictures of some of our students. So we do a lot of activities with the students. So that was a field trip we went on to the Houston Health Museum. We took them to the Body Worlds exhibit. They love that. So we have that. We do a lot of dress-up days. So this was Halloween. Like right now, this week is senior week. So they have a dress-up day every day, some kind of theme that the seniors picked. But that was Halloween. This was our graduating class last year. We had the highest graduating class last year that we've had, and that was 62 graduates. So, then at the top, we had our first National Honor Society induction. We just joined the National Honor Society this year, so we inducted 15 members this year. The one with the 3 in the red shirt, we have a drone program. And for the first time this year, our students went to a drone competition, and they actually won for most creative. So that was exciting. That was in San Antonio. Beside that is Miss Allen. That's our 9th grade class, and they won a TV for their classroom for perfect attendance. And then below that is us here at the hometown celebration, the Texas Works and Premier High School tents. So the TVs, every classroom has the opportunity to earn it based on their attendance, and we require that they have to have the news on for an hour a day, and then it has to be something educational, like a documentary or National Geographic, something to that effect. Kind of just a background noise for the kids, and it really helps our students that struggle with anxieties and things. So the mission of Premier High School. So I'm going to talk about Premier High School, and then I'm going to talk about Texas Works. So our mission is to enthusiastically inspire hope to students through educational pathways that reflect a free society and encompass moral and academic excellence. We focus a lot on, we don't just teach the subjects. We provide pathways, whether a student is catching up, racing ahead, because we get both. You know, we have students that come to us for credit recovery, and they're 17 years old and they're freshmen. And we can help them get caught up and graduate in a quicker amount of time. Or we have students that come to us at 14 years old and end up graduating at 16. So we have kind of a combination of the two. We offer a non-traditional environment where they aren't just a number, they're a future leader. We're big on teaching a lot of the character traits. We use the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. We really go by the character traits, integrity. We have some kind of a saying every month assigned that we kind of go through with the students. So we have smaller class sizes, about a 15-to-1 ratio, and personalized plan for every student. So every student that enrolls at our school, when they enroll, they are given a personalized plan that is specific for them. And it's done at the beginning of the year. It's reviewed at the middle of the year to make sure that those students are doing, staying on track. And at the end of the year, it's reviewed, because let's say that the student wanted to go law enforcement pathway, but then when they started taking the law enforcement classes, they realized they don't like that. So they want to change that pathway. So we always review with them as well. And then expanding the vision for the Texas Works. I'm really excited that this year we have started the Texas Works School, and I kind of want to tell you guys a little bit about that. So Texas Works is an adult high school. It's for 18 to 50, but actually we can even take some students over the age of 50. We have to just do an exception for those. But it is an actual high school diploma. It is not a GED. So you can get a high school diploma and you can get a certification for a job through our adult high school. And the great thing about it is that there's no set schedule. Like, they don't have to be there 8 to 4 every day or 8 to 2 every day or whatever. We sit down, we meet with the students. When are you available? Let's work around your schedule. And then they can do their work at home, do their work in the evenings, and then they come up to the school when they need assistance or when they need to take tests and things like that. So I'm really excited about that, and I think that would be a huge thing for the community of Dayton in general. We have a lot of people that dropped out of high school. So to pursue that education and be able to get that high school diploma is huge. So the mission of Texas Works is to provide a high-quality education that inspires hope, instills strong moral values, and fosters academic excellence, preparing students to think critically, act ethically, and contribute meaningfully to a free and just society. So like I said, it's that 18 to 50 range, but we can make exceptions. Like right now, I think we have a couple of students that are over the age of 50. One's 54 and one's 65. And they're seeking their high school diploma. And it's moving beyond a GED. It's a full, actual high school diploma. They have to do the work, just like other high school students. And it's paired with real-world career training. So to kind of go over the demographics of our school, Premier High School currently has 109 students enrolled. We are 100% Title I school. 67.3% of our students are economically disadvantaged. We have 24 special education students, 34 504 students. We have an amazing special education team and 504 team. But I just can't say enough wonderful things about them. Like, they just go above and beyond for these students. We have 8 emergent bilingual students, and we have 7 McKinney-Vento or homeless students. Texas Works, we currently have 18 students enrolled. It's 72.2% economically disadvantaged. We have 3 special education students, 3 emergent bilingual students, 13 single parents, and 2 homeless or McKinney-Vento students. So that kind of tells you where our demographic is. One of the things that I have witnessed in my 13 years at Premier, and then I'm from Dayton. I graduated from Dayton High School a long time ago, in the early 90s. But, the low socioeconomic demographic here. But additionally, one of the things that really blew me away when I started working in the high school was how many of our young adults, teenagers, do not live with their parents or live with an aunt, an uncle, a cousin, a neighbor. Sometimes, foster homes. Sometimes they're just staying with them because mom's homeless or whatever. And so we have a lot of those students, and so being able to offer them an education where we can work with them, and we're not only there, we're very big on building a relationship with the students. We don't want to just be your teacher. We want to build that relationship with them to where they can come to us, if they need assistance with something, and we can help them out, things like that. So we're very big on that. In one of the previous slides with the pictures, I should have pointed it out, we were actually named a Capturing Kids' Hearts National Showcase School this last year. So we are huge on building that relationships with the students. And a lot of the students will say, well, it's more like I have a bunch of moms at the school, because that's the relationship we build with the students, and I love that. I still run into students from 13 years ago that are now 28, 29 years old, and they'll come up and talk to me, and they're like, yeah, you were like my mom. You were always on me, but you made me graduate. But that's what we want to do. That's how we want to touch these kids. So enrollment over the past 4 years, I just kind of want to show the growth that we're seeing at Premier. So you can see that it's color-coded, but for example, it goes from 2023. In 2023, we started out the year with 61 students, and after the graduates, it kind of went around, but we ended up with 66 students, so about the same. And then the next year, which was 24. We started out with 72 students, and we ended the year with 89 students, and that's accounting for graduates. Then last year, we started out the year with 93 students, and we ended the year with 93 students. And that was with 62 graduates. So that means essentially we gave 155 students went through our school last year. So that's a huge growth over the past 4 years. This year we started out with 77 students, and currently it says 105, but currently we're sitting at 109, and we've already graduated 28 students. So that's, huge growth that we're seeing in our school. So the CTE pathways, I just kind of want to talk a little bit about that, what we offer at our school. So they can actually graduate with a certification in these jobs, or to get these jobs. So right now we have phlebotomy tech, medical billing and coding, law enforcement, where they have a security guard certification. They are TEA licensed paraprofessional 2s, accounting, entrepreneurship, virtual business, drone pilot, and it's actually you graduate with an FAA certified drone pilot license, cybersecurity, and graphic design. And this is all at no cost to the students. The company, we pay for them to take their certification tests and everything, which the drone license alone, it's about $300 for the test. So, we pay for them to get that, and we've had 5 drone pilots so far. We just started that program last year, and I think we have another 5 or 6 this year. So, we are trying to expand this. We are in talks with Lee College to have a contract with them to where we can actually transport our students to their location off of I-10. And we do that, we're going to be able to offer HVAC, electrician, pipe fitting, cosmetology, and I think there's some other ones too, but those are the primary ones that our students are interested. Oh, and welding. So that's going to be great for, and we're actually going to provide the transportation to and from there for them to do those courses. We're also looking at adding pharmacy technician and certified medical assistant. And they are adding computer programming, like video game design, things like that to it as well. So we've got some growth going on there. Of course, our goal is always to, at the end of the day, that everyone graduates with some certification in something, which is actually a requirement at our school. To graduate, you have to either have a college acceptance letter, a military acceptance letter, or a trade school acceptance letter. So now a lot of students, because I was the 12th grade teacher, and they would come to me and be like, Ms. Simpson, I'm not going to college. I'm going straight to work. Okay, that's fine. We're going to still do this college application to Lee College and get this started. It's one of your requirements for graduation. And I will tell you 75, 80% of the time, because they'll say, oh, I'm going to work at the plants because my brother's uncle's cousin's nephew is going to get me a job. 6 months, a year later, that student's calling back up to the school, hey, Miss Simpson, do you remember when we did that college acceptance? Yeah, do you still have that? Yep, sure do. You're already in the system. That part's already been done. So it kind of helps them whenever that, if they decide they want to do those certification classes and stuff. So community benefit. We are training local workforce that will power Dayton's economy. We're trying to grow. Dayton is growing so much. And to have those people that are certified to work. We have the Patients ER that's being built here in Dayton, and they hire EMTs, and they hire those phlebotomy techs and things like that. We could be working with them and providing, helping provide jobs for our students. Why we're different. If you noticed in both of our missions, we talked about hope. Hope is a big thing with Responsive Education Solutions. We want to provide hope to these students. A lot of these students are coming to us, they have struggled, they didn't fit in, they have a lot of anxiety, or maybe they have a poor home life, something to that effect. Providing hope for them is like our key mission. And we don't move on. We're mastery based. We don't move on until you get it. You don't get to move on to the next test until you've passed this test. And I will tell you, in 13 years, I haven't seen a student take the test more than twice, because we're going to sit down with you individually. We're going to go over, this is what you got wrong. This is what we need to focus on, and help them pass that curriculum. And this removes that fear of failure and builds their confidence. Moral excellence, like I said, we teach characters, ethics, responsibilities. We want them to be citizens, not just test takers. And flexibility. We respect the lives of our students, whether it's a teen needing a smaller environment or a mother of 5, like many of our Texas Work students, that we can schedule around their work schedule and work with them around childcare, things like that. And impact on Dayton. So 1, we're reducing poverty, because people are more qualified to get jobs. They can get better paying jobs. A safety net. 100% of our students are supported with personalized attention to prevent them from falling through the cracks. And growth. Our graduates stay local. They're filling those in-demand positions in infrastructure and healthcare. And a call to action, kind of things that we want our families, the community, and adults to understand. For families, it gives your child an education that values their character as much as their grades. For adults, we reclaim their future. It's free, it's flexible, and it's for you. And for community leaders, partnering with us to create a more ethical, educated, and prosperous Dayton. Okay, I just kind of want to go over a couple of our student success stories, or student stories. So I have quotes from 2 students. So the first one is from a Premier student, class of 2025. I thought I was too far behind to ever graduate. Premier High School didn't just give me a desk, they gave me a plan and the belief that I could actually finish. Now I'm headed to college. And then the other one is from a current Texas Work student. Balancing a job and kids made a regular school impossible. Texas Works gave me the flexibility to earn my diploma at 34 years old. I'm finally showing my children that it's never too late to excel. And then kind of just to go over what we see in the majority of our students. And I kind of want to speak from the heart more than just reading the slides. There's so many stories I could tell you. My husband and I were at Walmart one time. I walked into the front of Walmart, like in the very front doors. And I mean all the way at the end, like back where the dairy section is. There was this grown man with a full beard, and he's just standing there staring at me with his hands on his hips. And my husband's like, do you know this guy? And I was like, I have no idea who this is. And as I walked up, I realized it was a former student of mine, and he was like 28, 29 years old. And he's in the military, and he's doing great. But seeing those students out and about is that's our why. That's why we do what we do. I have another student that I still talk to regularly. She's also like 28 years old now and has a 13-year-old, which is really crazy. But she had a baby at 15 years old. And when I started working at Premier, she was 15, still in freshman level classes, and had pretty much given up. And so just sitting with her, working with her, it took a couple of years to kind of get her confidence up. And I'm not going to tell you, there weren't many times that after the other students had left, I wasn't sitting at my desk holding her 9-month-old baby because she was taking a test. One time her daughter had stickers covered all over her, and she's like, what did you do to my kid? And I was like, hey, she was quiet and you took the test. She was having fun. And that little girl is now 13 years old and still remembers that. But she ended up graduating at 18. And every time I see her, she'll be like, I would never have graduated if it hadn't been for you. Because every time she would try to back out, I would say, look, you're not doing this for you. You're doing this for your child. Okay, you had a baby at 15. Things happen, but now show her that you went on and did this. And now she's married, she has a 13-year-old, she has a 6-year-old, she's been extremely successful in Dayton. So that's our stories. Those are the stories that make us get up and come to that school every day, and that's why I love working with Premier so much. But some of our current students, so right now we have a credit recovery student, 17-year-old student who had quit school due to mom having a life-threatening incident when he was 13. He enrolled with us this year. He has excelled. He has completed 9th grade. He started as a true freshman. Completed 9th grade by December, scheduled for dual credit classes last year, and has mastered every STAR test he took, the ones he took in December. Acceleration, we have a 16-year-old student who came to us as a true freshman at 14, is now a junior, 16, has taken 4 dual credit classes, mastered all of her STAR tests, and holds the highest GPA in the 11th grade and will graduate next year. Dropout prevention, we have an 18-year-old student who had dropped out of traditional high school, was going to attend a diploma program, found out that it was not accredited, basically it was a diploma mill. She gave up on her education and then found us. She's now graduating this year and has been accepted to Lamar to pursue her dream of becoming a teacher. Then with our Texas Work students, we have a 54-year-old who had dropped out of high school in the 11th grade, very successful, owns his own business, however wanted to earn his high school diploma, enrolled in Texas Works, and he's graduating this year with a drone pilot license as well. 23-year-old, due to life, just dropped out of school, started working, realized she wanted to do more and increase her earning potential and how important a diploma is to achieve those goals, came back to us this year and is graduating in May. 36-year-old, dropped out of high school in the 11th grade due to life and home life issues, came to us in August, enrolled. Now she will be graduating in May as a licensed paraprofessional. But the great thing about her is her daughter will actually be graduating at the same ceremony with her as a premier student. So how awesome is that they get to share that? So that is some of our, most meaningful stories. And I could sit here all day long and talk to you and tell you more and more stories about students that I get Facebook messages from years before who I just knew that student hated me. There was no doubt about it. They back-talked me, bowed up to me, and I was like, you're not scaring me. What do you want? But I could sit here and talk to you about those all day, and then I get a Facebook message from them saying, hey, Miss Ensign, I just wanted to tell you this is what I'm doing now. I'm doing so great, blah, blah, blah. And that's what we want to do with every one of these students. So I appreciate you guys coming. If you have any questions for me, then I'm going to be kind of circulating around. If you have more individual questions, you want to set up a meeting with me, I can always set up a meeting to sit and talk to you more about our schools, talk to you about what our schools do. And the main thing is just get the word out. Get the word out about Texas Works so that people realize they can enroll and get an actual high school diploma. So I do have Alicia from Dayton, Texas 411 here. And she's got some presentations for us.
Thank you so much for allowing me to come up here and to present these awards to you guys. So my name's Alicia, I'm with Dayton TX 411, and we launched this year our first annual Cream of the Crop contest in Dayton and Liberty, and it is an annual best of People's Choice Awards. And so it's a testament to y'all's impact in the community that you had so many awards. So I just wanted to let you know what they were presented with this year. So first couple up are runners-up. We have Amanda Lunam. She was runner-up for Paraprofessional of the Year. For Brooklyn Allen, she was runner-up for Rookie Teacher of the Year. And then Premier High School earned the runner-up for the Best Place to Work. So that's really cool. And finally, they were the winner for the Best Other Kids Service. So this was anything that didn't fit in one of our other categories. So they won for that. That's really a testament, like I said, to what you're doing in the community. So congratulations for the recognition.
So they are getting the catering together. They're bringing it in now, but I see them bringing stuff back there. So it should be ready soon. We've got Mike's Barbecue, some chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes, green beans, rolls, chocolate pie, tea. So all kinds of good food for you guys. It should be set up soon. Thank you so much.